Get ready to dive into the extraordinary world of Daniel Day-Lewis, a master of method acting who has left an indelible mark on cinema. His approach to acting is so unique and intense that it often blurs the lines between reality and fiction. Prepare to be amazed and a little bit terrified as we explore some of the most bizarre and fascinating examples of his dedication to his craft. The chameleon of cinema, Daniel Day-Lewis, a chameleon of the silver screen, has captivated audiences with his transformative performances. But here's where it gets controversial. Is his method acting a brilliant strategy or an unnecessary burden on himself and those around him? Early roles, big impact. Many first noticed Day-Lewis's talent in small but impactful roles in Gandhi and The Bounty. However, it was his dual performance in My Beautiful Laundrette and A Room with a View, released on the same day, that truly showcased his range. In one film, he embodied a confident punk rocker, and in the other, an uptight Victorian gentleman. To prepare for My Beautiful Laundrette, he immersed himself in London's working-class neighborhoods, seeking authenticity. In A Room with a View, he maintained his character's prim demeanor, even between takes, a glimpse into his intense method. My Left Foot, a painful transformation. To portray Christy Brown, an Irish writer with cerebral palsy, Day-Lewis took his method acting to an extreme level. He remained in a wheelchair, even off-camera, fully embodying Brown's physical challenges. A crew had to carry him, feed him, and navigate set hazards with his wheelchair. His dedication resulted in broken ribs from maintaining an unnatural posture, but it also earned him an Oscar for Best Actor. The Last of the Mohicans, Time Traveler. For his role as Hawkeye in The Last of the Mohicans, Day-Lewis disappeared into the wilderness, learning to hunt, track, and skin animals. He refused to eat anything he couldn't hunt himself, fully embracing the primitive lifestyle of his character. He even attended a family Christmas dinner in character, a true commitment to his art. After filming, he struggled to return to reality, haunted by Mohican-themed hallucinations. In the Name of the Father, Solitary Confinement. In Jim Sheridan's prison drama, Day-Lewis took his method acting to a dark place. He voluntarily lived in solitary confinement in an abandoned prison, enduring real interrogations from police that lasted up to 9 hours. He encouraged the crew to shout and berate him, replicating the psychological torment of wrongful imprisonment. He slept on a cold cell floor, refused proper meals, and lost a significant amount of weight. The pain was real, and so was his powerful performance. The Crucible, a 17th century life. For his role in The Crucible, Day-Lewis took his character's life to heart. He refused to bathe, built his character's house with 17th century tools, and actually lived in it. His dedication even led him to marry the playwright Arthur Miller's daughter, a true testament to his immersion in the role. The Boxer, a 2-year training camp. To prepare for The Boxer, Day-Lewis trained for 2 years with professional boxers, earning praise from real fighters who believed he could have gone pro. He took real punches, broke his nose, and even got real tattoos. The experience was so draining that he stepped away from acting altogether, disappearing from the profession for a time. Gangs of New York, A Butcher's Apprentice, Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio lured Day-Lewis out of retirement for this epic. He became Bill the Butcher, apprenticing with real butchers, mastering knife throwing, and sharpening blades between takes. He even picked fights with strangers on the streets to stay in character. He wore period clothing at all times and refused modern medicine, almost dying from pneumonia. His commitment to suffering was unparalleled. There Will Be Blood, summoning Daniel Plainview's soul, Day-Lewis studied turn-of-the-century mining techniques, pored over diaries and photographs, and spent months in isolation to embody Daniel Plainview. His gravelly voice, a unique blend of John Huston and oil-soaked greed, was the result of obsessive experimentation. His performance was so intense that he reportedly scared off the original actor playing Eli Sunday, who was replaced by Paul Dano. 9. A musical interlude, After the darkness of There Will Be Blood, Day-Lewis lightened things up with a musical. He trained in singing and dancing for 5 hours a day, showcasing his versatility. Lincoln. Reincarnating a president, Day-Lewis initially turned down the role of Abraham Lincoln, but eventually immersed himself in the historical figure's life. He spent a year preparing, reading over 100 books, and perfecting Lincoln's voice, posture, and walk. On set, he was addressed as Mr. President by everyone, and even text messages were written as if from Lincoln himself. It was a true reincarnation, and his performance earned him another Oscar, Phantom Thread, A Tailor's Apprentice. For his role in Phantom Thread, Day-Lewis apprenticed under a master tailor for a year, learning to cut, stitch, and sew garments by hand. He even recreated a Balenciaga dress from scratch. His dedication to the craft was as intense as ever. Anemone, a family collaboration, directed by his son, Ronan Day-Lewis. Anemone reportedly took 4 years to develop. The collaboration allowed father and son to connect on a deeper level, both artistically and spiritually. Day-Lewis's motivation for this film was family, a refreshing change from his usual intense preparations. So, what do you think? Is Daniel Day-Lewis's method acting a brilliant strategy or an unnecessary burden? Share your thoughts in the comments.